Welcome to the 19th edition of Globoil India. At this opening note, I want to highlight that Indian oilseed industry is at crossroads today. In the last year Globoil conference, I made a statement that end of bull cycle. However, the extent of bearish trend has been beyond anybody's expectation. In last 1 year, we have seen CBOT levels moving from 35 cents to as low as 25 cents plus. However, and the BMB also moved from 2,400 to almost 1,800 plus. This extreme volatility in the commodity prices is likely to continue this year also. However, this must be seen as a natural outcome of India's integration into global economy from GATT agreement to WTO negotiations. Globalization has created new dimensions to the edible oil industry and entire veg oil business. It is important for us to accept the situation and move forward. India has emerged to be the world's largest veg oil importer in the global economy. As the largest veg oil importer, India has capacity to influence the prospect of the entire global industry. Large and growing consumption, growing income, and ample leadership will help us to retain this strong position. The entire world is looking at India today, not only in terms of consumption, but also as a driving force behind the world economy, especially after the crisis in China. It is safe to say now that India is on the driver's seat. It is a time for the industry and the government to act in close coordination to be prepared for any eventuality. Our combined efforts are needed to ensure strategic food security for our great nation. No country aspiring to emerge as a world power can afford to depend on such large imports to meet its food requirement. Talking about the refining business, recently the government has increased the duty to look after the farmers' interests for food and refined both. But as an industry, refining industry, this is not enough. To fulfill the dreams of our great Prime Minister, Mr. Narendra Modi, making India is dream will only be fulfilled when no refined oil comes in the country. For this, it is very important to have a differential of duty to include and refine to be at least 20%, which will take care for eventual variation in duty in the exporting countries and will provide a level playing field for the Indian industry. Government of India has recently allowed blending of biodiesel into diesel. This will give us a new opportunity for Indian refiners. Railway, which is India's largest biodiesel consumer, has been asked to use up to 5% in their requirement. I am sure this will improve the profitability of veg oil refinery because we have almost 20 to 22% stearin and PFAD in our palm oil refinery. Biodiesel, over the years, India has committed that will go in next 5 to 7 years from 5% up to 20%. And today, we consume close to 70 million tons of diesel. By virtue of 5%, we are almost a 3.5 million tons biodiesel consumer for railways, automobile and tyres vehicles. Over the years, there has been a repeated fallacies in the government data on oilseed production. Crushing plants across this year have realized arrivals of 7.5 million tons of soybeans, and however the government figures showed a whopping 11 million ton production. This is very alarming. I request association research companies to cooperate together and remove these fallacies. This year also, there are a lot of talks on soybean crop. People are talking from 6 million tons to 9 million tons. And so if SEA, SUPA and other associations work together, giving a right crop figure will help consumers as well as the processor to plan out their productions and consumers' requirement. Another alarming situation, recently the ruling by WTO to allow poultry imports from USA can have a critical impact on our poultry industry, crushing industry and surely the Indian farmer. I request the government and the association to take affirmative actions before the situation becomes unmanageable for all the stakeholders. With import of edible oils rising to alarming level, virtually 65% of the requirement, India's food security is threatened. We can't afford to let this continue. Government should come out with some schemes to promote oilseed production. Even like Indonesia, they are collecting a cess of $50 for the promotion of biodiesel. India can also levy import duty on edible oils and collect the funds required for oilseed production in India. On the crushing industry, we are all set to introduce non-GM, which is high-yielding soybean seed by Ruchi by 2017. We have done a demonstration of pilot project near our Washim and Nagpur plant, where anybody can go and see, visit. The yields are 2.5 tons on normal conditions. And we as a company are committed to make India's agriculture sustainable. We have been working on this soybean seed development through a Canadian research company, and by 2017 we are going to roll out the seed, and we want to make sure that India yields of the Indian farmer, which are less than a ton, should go to 2.5 tons, maintaining the non-GM soybean seed. There are varieties being produced in Canada, in Brazil, and in our own research, which are resilient to weather, pests, and can improve the yield of Indian farmer. The crushing industry really needs higher soybean seed because they are running less than 30%. With this import almost close to 14 million tons, 2.5 million tons higher than the last year, India being the most young India, you may be aware that India has 65% of the population less than 35. So there is no argument India will be a good consumer. Young people need veg oil and energy. So a demand of 1 million tons is assured from India. By 2025, India may become a 25 million tons import if India does not do any progressive steps towards development of local crops. Our Prime Minister recently made a statement. There are a lot of areas which can be used for palm plantation. He has the government has made the intention to fund almost close to 10,000 crores, $1.3 billion for the development of India palm plantation. There is a potential of 2 million hectares of area which can go to palm plantation and which can improve if the yields are being taken care of, we can at least provide 5 to 6 million tons, if not more, at 3 tons per hectare yield. There are new hybrid varieties available in the world which can go up to 4 to 5 tons. India palm plantation is very unique because it's a small stakeholder which can look after the palm plantation 2 hectares, 5 hectares, 10 hectares properly. So there is a huge potential of producing palm oil domestically in India. We can't afford to import 25 million tons by 2025. We really need to improve soybean seed production. We really need to improve the local palm oil production, and we must make sure that our imports are less than 50% in any year in coming time. Our Prime Minister, I appreciate his understanding of the palm oil business, and he has himself assured to make sure that the India palm plantation industry grows. Sustainability has emerged as a key word in the business and industry. It is important for us as an industry to add value to our products throughout the production life cycle and ecosystem. Research and development has to be revitalized. India has everything needed to thrive in the face of competition. With research and development, India can make best use of geographical diversity to create multiple options to mitigate the risk of crop failure and create niche categories with export potential. Before I wrap up, I would like to reiterate that India is now at the center of global oilseed industry. As we have demonstrated by importing extra 2.5 million tons of veg oil. Every year we are going to consume 1 million tons more. 21st century is India's century, more than anything else. As an industry, we must take this honest and put our best foot forward. Lastly, Globoil has played a very important role in giving voice to the concern of our industry. Next year, Globoil will celebrate 20th year, which will be a great landmark. I would like all the stakeholders of the industry to make sure that 20th celebration to be the best celebration. Thank you.